Well, as you guys can see, I am wearing a different uniform today because we're doing a night medevac down to Australia, down to Cairns. It's about a 3-hour flight across open water. It is now 5:30. We're hopefully getting out of here at 6. Brad just went in to clear customs with our passengers as well as our nurse and our doctor. Also, this video has been sponsored by Saily, the perfect eSIM company, because that's exactly who I'm going to be using once I get down to Australia to have internet, but I'll get more into that when we get out of here. Okay, I think the fuel guy is finally here. It's been about 15 minutes since we landed and I see a guy pulling up. I hope it is, because I want to get out of here. So if you're not familiar with Saily, today's video sponsor, it's an eSIM for your phone, basically, so you can stay connected on all of your travels. Well, today we're going to be going down to Australia for about 3 days. So this is the Saily app here. All I have to do is hit Explore Plans, come on down here to Australia, and pick out, let's do 3 gig for $8, hit continue, put in my credit card details, hit continue, and that's it. After that, all you have to do is install the eSIM. And one of the really cool things about Saily is when you actually get to 80% of using your data that you've used, it gives you a notification saying, hey, you're almost out of data. Do you want to top back up if you've got more travels to go? We're going to install the eSIM. Now while that's installing, I've used many other eSIM providers because we do travel a lot out of the country and around. And one of the nice things about Saily that I like the most is you have one eSIM for as many countries. So if I were to travel, to Australia, to Thailand, to maybe, Japan or something like that on my way back to the United States, I can buy one eSIM and then just buy multiple data plans for different locations that we go to. It's extremely handy. All right, eSIM installed. So now all I have to do once I get to Australia is just turn on my eSIM, turn off my data for here in Papua New Guinea, and I'm ready to go with data, with WhatsApp, using my phone for like finding my way to the mall or finding my way to my hotel or anything like that. It just really makes my life so much easier than having to go in and buy an actual SIM card and actually have a data plan. Having everything right on my phone, top it up, super easy. Okay, so this is the Windy app. Let's go over the weather real quick before we head out of here while he's just finishing up fueling us. It's looking amazing. Like, we had a lot of weather coming in here, or we had to kind of go around and stuff. But as you guys can see, we're heading all the way down here to this area, Cairns, and it doesn't look like there's any weather at all along our route. That's basically getting us at 6. We'll probably get down there around 9. Still looks absolutely amazing. Click on visibility just to see. And yeah, looks like no dramas. Let's get out of here. So if you guys have a trip, go sign up for Saily right now. Get your phone ready. Save 15% off when you use my code BushPilot, or head over to saily.com/BushPilot. Thanks, Saily, for sponsoring this video. All right, let's go. Okay, well, we've got 1,500 pounds of fuel or flight plan. Let's throw that in from Moresby down to Australia. There we go. Let's go ahead and get started so we can get our air going. So we get this thing started, you can flip the power on for the med pack. Alright, there's 21 and stable. Introduce our fuel. Pressure is coming up slowly. Fuel flow is good. ITT is coming up at a nice rate. Jackson ground, Papa 2, November Tango Zulu request. ATC clearance, CAN 6 POB.
Papa 2, November Tango Zulu ground. Good afternoon, ATC clearance, trackout bound 184 radio, plan route, cruise 12000, and squawk code 7455.
Trackout bound on the 184 radio, plan route to Cairns 12000, squawk 7455, Papa 2, November Tango Zulu. Alright, 7455, 12000.
Port Moresby Airport, information Lima. Time 0751 Zulu. Expect instrument approach. Runway 14. Wind 160 degrees, 5 knots. Maximum 10 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Cloud few 1,500 feet. Broken 3,500 feet. Temperature 28. Dew point 24. QNH 1010. Rain showers in area. Caution, bird strike hazard exists within the flight strips. Acknowledge information Lima.
Jackson ground, November Tango Zulu request. Taxi information, Lima.
November Tango Zulu, Roger. Happy to depart on 14 right.
Hey, firm 14 right.
Roger. Taxi holding point 14 right, time 02.
Taxi holding point 14 right, Papa Tango Zulu. Well, the rain showers are here. It's just time for us to leave. Clear on the right.
Right.
Okay, we'll be 50 knots or airborne by the 1,000 foot. By the 500 foot mark, we'll at least be 50 knots or we'll stop on the runway. After takeoff, we'll pitch for 85 knots, considering our EPL, considering our feather. If we have to, cut off, pull off, and shut off. Emergencies, masters, crack my door, you got radios.
I got radios.
Jackson Tower, Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, holding point 14 right, ready for departure.
Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, Tower. Make a right turn, contact radar airborne, 14 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, right turn, contact radar airborne. Papa 2, November Tango Zulu.
Good night.
Night. Alright, ignition condition, flaps 20, fuel harnesses, and prop. Takeoff clearance is done. 25 degrees out. A little bit more than 1540 for 1590. Gonna give us an altitude restriction or a heading, so ready.
Turn my course, let's do it.
Right, torque is set. We're looking for 1540. Bump it up a little bit more. Airspeed's alive. There's 50 continuing. Rotating at 63. There we go. A quick check on our fuel. Looks pretty even. It's 400. Jackson radar, Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, passing 500 on climb 2000. Be in a right-hand turn on the 184 radial.
Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, radar identified.
Papa Tango Zulu. For you viewers, if you're hearing me say Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, and sometimes Papa Tango Zulu, like the States, once you say your full call sign, you can shorten it down just like the first letter and then the last two letters as well. Makes it a little bit easier. All right, we'll go 0 degrees of flaps. You got the power on for the Medevac back there?
Yes, I do.
Good deal. Right, we can do bypass normal. Now we're out of the rain. Ignition off. Pitot heat's off. Now we're just in sprinkles, and it looks like we're going to have a very nice flight. But let's do heading mode and then hit nav down here on our autopilot so that when we connect up into our magenta line, it will just automatically connect in and I won't have to forget to do that. But we've got landing and pulse yet to do. We'll get those once we get a little bit further out of the airspace and everything else is cleaned up. Oh, I love night medevacs. They're like my favorite. And then we'll just trim it for 100 knots so we can keep our autopilot all the way up to 12,000. Right, there we are, connected into our magenta line. 722,000, that's what we're going for. We're now tracking outbound on the 184 radial, or 185 radial, I guess, but close enough for government work. Mars B 124.1, Papa 2, November Tango Zulu transfer.
Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, Mosby.
Papa Tango Zulu overhead, Linux this time maintaining 12000, estimating CAPSO 08.
Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, Nari for the traffic.
Papa Tango Zulu. Okay, so once we get up here into CAPSO area, about, let's see, we just lost our radar services right here, but once we get to about right here, we kind of go in no man's land, so we might have potential problems getting a hold of Brisbane when we do that. We might have to try to get them on HF for a little short section. Hopefully not, hopefully it works out really well, but we'll find out once we get a little bit closer.
Is 6622 used for Brisbane? I thought that was a PNG frequency only.
No, I think it is Brisbane too. Nope, 66110 is Brisbane. The last few times they've given me 8831 though for Brisbane.
Right. Me as well. I'm thinking there's maybe a couple other frequencies on the radio procedures that you created.
Yeah, there might actually be, I don't know. Because, yeah, there's a whole list of things. 8831. 1271. Oh, that's the one I use a lot. 11396. What we're talking about here is the HF. This is the HF radio, and then the VHF radio is up here. So when we can't get a hold of them on here because we're either too far away, our HF radio works at longer distances and stuff. So, Brisbane Center, Medevac, Papa 2, November Tango Zulu.
Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, Brisbane Center, good day, squawk 7455, request position report CAPSO.
Squawking 7455 and CAPSO this time maintaining flight level 120.
Up to November Tango Zulu, thanks, and just request estimate for prepep.
Apologies, time 02, next hour, Papa Tango Zulu.
Time 2 November Tango Zulu, and flight plan didn't come across with Medevac status, so just confirming you are Medevac.
A firm Medevac, Papa Tango Zulu.
Roger.
Alright, so we're about 1 hour in, that's another hour up to there, and then another hour up to there, so we still have another 2 hours. It's 7:09 right now. We're estimating getting into Cairns at 9, but we'll probably be actually about 5 after, because we're going to come over here and then actually shoot probably the ILS in there, because that's what they always do, is just have everybody go on the ILS. But we'll pick back up once we get over to PUPEB and get our clearance, and once we start getting in on like the star and then the approach, things like that, we'll pick back up once we get closer. Brisbane Center, Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, Medevac, overhead PUPEB, this time maintaining flight level 120.
Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, Brisbane Center, identified, amend of route and star clearance available.
Go ahead, Papa Tango Zulu.
Papa Tango Zulu, cleared to Cairns, tracking by Cody, for the Cody 1 Alpha arrival, flight level 120, no reported IFR traffic, direct to Cody.
And verify that is recleared direct Cody, Cody 1 Alpha arrival, enter at flight level 120, Papa Tango Zulu.
Papa Tango Zulu, correct.
Papa Tango Zulu. Okay, so procedures. We're going to do arrival.
Cessna 957, contact center
41.
128.
It doesn't have, so we're just going to click Zany for now. And we're going to load it.
127, Cessna 957, turn on.
Go down here, hit direct.
Qantas 7313, call me on 133.2.
Switch over to heading mode.
7313.
And then I'm going to hit direct Cody. Then, yeah, you can see I just need to turn over a little bit. The reason why I hit heading mode, not talking to Brad, I'm talking to you viewers, is so that it doesn't just immediately just start jerking over there, because this autopilot's not very smooth.
Quarter 7313, maintain, climbing flight level 370.
Qantas 7313, center.
Okay, once we get closer, then we will, it's setting us up, you guys can see over here, over to Cody and then in. So it's basically setting us up for the approach. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the 1-5 Yankee approach.
126, decimal 1, go.
And we're just going to do it gun row because gun row is right here at the very end. So minimums.
It's a 934 center, clear the Apollo 2 X-ray arrival, flight level 340.
My goodness, you get over to this frequency and it gets like 10 times busier. It's so much more. It's so quiet there for so long. But we're coming in gun row. In fact, what I can do is I can just set this over onto the map and then you can see, and we can do a quick flight plan down here. Okay, there we go. Now the line's showing better. So we are basically going direct now. We can bring this line over here. There we go. As we come in, we're going to come in all over here to gun row. There should be Cody in here somewhere on here, but I don't see it. Then we'll enter in and fly the ILS all the way down in. So once we get closer, we'll go over that a little bit more, but it's not for still another hour. But what I do want to do though is, we want the minimums page. We'll go down to 390 feet.
764, clear the Bomber 2 Alpha arrival, runway 01.
390, and we'll just load that. There we go. Then I'm going to hit enter on all these so that I can basically get my descent profile in there up to my final approach fix.
Tango Zulu, when ready, descend to 7000, Cairns QNH 1013.
When ready, descend 7000, 1013 for Papa Tango Zulu. Alright, so I'm going to just switch this 1013. This down to 7000. my top of descent's not here, so I think I'm actually going to just hold off for a little bit longer and then start getting in when I get a little bit closer in there. I'm expecting her to switch us over to approach here in a second when we get to that line.
Okay. Do you have the frequency set?
To 118.4. We already got the ATIS. I got to remember to tell them I have the ATIS. Okay, well, let's just brief this. We're going to come in over gun row, 5,000 feet. As gun row, I'm going to go ahead and just switch over my CDI early, just so that I can intercept the ILS up higher at 5,000.
Tango Zulu, contact Cairns approach, 118.4, good night.
118.4, good night, Papa Tango Zulu. Cairns approach, Medevac Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, passing 10,000 on, descent 7,000 via the star.
2 November Tango Zulu Medevac Cairns approach, expect ILS, confirm receipt, information Foxtrot.
Receive Foxtrot and expect the ILS, Papa Tango Zulu.
Papa Tango Zulu.
Hey, I even briefed myself to tell them and I still forgot. Okay, so we're going to come in.
Tango Zulu, clear direct gun row.
Clear direct gun row, Papa Tango Zulu. Alright, heading mode and then direct to gun row, which is just a tiny bit off, but that works.
It's saving a few seconds here and there.
That's right. So when we get to gun row, I'll switch over my CDI and I will activate the approach. If it hasn't already, it probably should actually, now, it's already on the approach now, so it should be active now. And we will it'll probably just jump over to the left a little bit when we hit our CDI. I think the localizer is just a little bit off of what the actual line is, that far out. So we'll just be expecting that. I'm going to go ahead and flip on my landing light. And when we get closer, I'll flip on my taxi light also for landing.
Papa Tango Zulu, descend to 5,000, cleared ILS approach, runway 15.
Clear to descend 5,000, clear to the ILS 15, Papa Tango Zulu. Right, down to 5,000. We want to get there by that, so. And the CAN's EOR is 113.0. That in my number 2, that way it shows me what my distance is from CAN's. Okay, down to 5,000, we got our altitude on white, so that will level us off at 5,000. Gun row, we make a left-hand turn, switch our CDI. The approach mode, wait for our glide slope to come in. Okay, we've got lights on already. Once we get up closer to gun row, we'll do our inlet. If we had to go miss, which I don't think that we're going to have to today because it's perfectly clear out. So if we have to go around, I should say, we'll just power up 20 degrees straight ahead, maneuvers required, resetting top of the torque, come back around and try landing again. Prop and harness, we've got harnesses, we'll do prop probably about halfway down Cessna or somewhere in between there. We'll start finishing these up. My plan is just to keep my speeds up on the approach, probably around the 140-ish. That way we don't have to have too much of a descent, even at 140. I think our descent will still probably be closer up to 800 to 1,000 or something like that, coming in that quick, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought that that's about what it translates to. Let's see. 140 knots comes out to be 743 knots, at least on here. So, and then 160 knots is 850, so in theory, maybe it should only be 750 to 800, so. All right, we're almost at our 5,000. It should level us off here in a second.
And we've already been cleared for the ILS.
We've already been cleared for the ILS. We've got 124.9 coming up next, and then 121.7 for ground. I'm going to get that set up. I'll go ahead and just do inlets now. Prop and harness, we've got harnesses done. We'll do prop later. Really do like how the red lights are though. The old one before this one is just white lights and it lit up everything, but this, right, like, I really like just having it like blaring in your face.
A bit more difficult to ignore.
Hey, that chime has let me know I'm almost at my 5,000. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, starting our turn. Right, inbound 150.
We've got a crazy crab based on the wind.
Trans 102, Cairns approach, expect RMP Zulu.
PDI, head approach. I just barely caught the glide slope, I hope. Come on, catch it. Nope, there we go. Gotta force it.
Zulu, 16 miles, touchdown, contact tower 124.9, get it.
124.9, but Papa Tango Zulu. Cairns Tower, Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, established on the ILS 15.
Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, Cairns Tower.
Okay, so what I had to do, because I didn't catch the glide slope in time, I just had to hit altitude to force the glide slope on, because I barely missed it.
Fosse 792, Cairns delivery.
Okay.
Fosse 792, Akron 1 departure.
Going off to the right.
6016.
I do have 14 knot crosswind, but yeah,
Fosse 792.
definitely not keeping it very good, is it? Alright, going 150 and 800 feet per minute. Once I get up to Cessna, I've got basically 10 miles, no, minus that, so 7 miles to go after Cessna. So I'll start slowing down after Cessna. I flip on my taxi all the way for landing. Got my landing light, got everything else how I want it. Up in harness, we'll do that after Cessna as well.
Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, clear to land.
Clear to land, Papa Tango Zulu. Alright, almost checklist complete. We've got one more to go. Flaps. I've not left crosswind.
It doesn't get much better than this.
Turn these down just so I can see a little bit better. A 2-mile final. I'll put my full flaps here in a second. Full flaps checklist is complete. 69 knots at the slowest. 6 knots on the nose.
500. Minimums.
Alright, start slow down now. Alright, winds have pretty much dropped off.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, take Bravo.
Car 20, caution the aircraft vacating Bravo 2.
I copy that, tower. Thanks, car 20.
Cairns Ground. Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, Bravo 2 for base 6 Bravo.
Papa 2, November Tango Zulu, taxi via Charlie 1, Delta to base 6 Bravo. You'll see a vehicle around the Gulf area. They're giving way to you.
Alright, that's Charlie 1 to Delta to parking. Papa Tango Zulu. Also, you want to turn the med pack off before we forget that? Thank you. Well guys, if you guys are still watching this video, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully the cameras pick up something other than just like a black wall. And welcome here to Cairns. Alright, I'm seeing our handler with his little red flare thing.
There we go, yeah.
Don't forget, if you've got a trip coming up, you can get an exclusive 15% discount on Saily data plans. So head over to saily.com/bushpilot or use my code bushpilot at checkout. Thanks Saily for sponsoring this video.
Guys, see you next time. Thanks again for watching.